Hey guys, Halloween is right around the corner, and if you are looking for a sweet little treat to serve at your Halloween party, I have got just the thing for you. It's my trio of Sinister Brownie Bites. Now I say sinister because they look a little bit spooky and Halloween-like, but also when you bite into one, you'll see why they are so evil. I love this recipe because it will allow you to create 3 different flavors with one basic recipe. And we're going to be using a mini muffin tin. So after we make the batter, we're then going to customize each of the brownies so that you end up with 3 different versions. So the versions we are going to make are as follows. I'm going to show you how to do a salted pecan caramel brownie bite. That one's really my favorite. A peanut butter swirl brownie bite. That one's my 8-year-old daughter's favorite. And a chocolate chunk brownie bite. So I love this idea because if you're having a party and you want a little variety in desserts, you don't have to make 3 different recipes. You make one recipe and create different toppings, and it's like you made 3 different recipes. So the first thing we're gonna do is in a medium saucepan, we're gonna melt together some butter and chocolate. But the way that I like to do that is actually starting with the butter first. So you're gonna add 3/4 cup of butter, and then just go ahead and break up the chocolate and add it on top. That way, as the butter starts to melt, the chocolate will actually melt with it. If you try to put the chocolate in first and then add the butter, sometimes the chocolate has a tendency to scorch, and then it's harder to kind of mix it with the butter. So I say, put the butter in first. While that's melting in a large bowl, we're gonna add 3 eggs, a cup of sugar, and a tablespoon of vanilla. Go ahead and just whisk that up, and then you can set it aside. Then in a smaller bowl, you're gonna add 1/2 cup of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. You can go ahead and just whisk that up, and at this stage, your chocolate mixture is probably ready. So just make sure that it cools off slightly, and then you're going to add the chocolate slowly to your egg mixture. One of the things I like to do is just add a little bit, like maybe 1/4 cup, into the egg mixture, give it a stir so that you temper those eggs and they don't scramble with the hot chocolate that you're going to be pouring in. Then you can slowly add your flour mixture, whisking all the while in a figure-8 pattern, just until the flour is well incorporated. And now our brownie mixture is done. Now we're going to take out our mini muffin tin and we're going to spray it lightly with some baking spray. This is important because the brownie batter is a little bit gooey and you want to make sure that these little brownie bites release pretty easily. And the best way to do that is with just a little bit of baking spray. I also like to use the tins that come 2 dozen at a time because that way it's really easy to just knock off 2 dozen brownie bites, which is great when you're planning for a party. Then next we're going to take out a little mini ice cream scoop. We're gonna fill each well 1/2 the way full. Then we're gonna add our toppings. So the first one we're gonna do is our salted caramel pecan bite. This one is really one of my favorites. It is so good. Then we are going to take a caramel. Now, when it comes to picking the caramel, the ones that are really chewy, that feel like they're gonna take your fillings out, that is not the caramel to use for these. They're just too chewy and sticky. Really, the rule of thumb is the softer the caramel, the better. So go for the ones that are nice and soft. And then you're going to top it with a little bit more of the brownie batter, just to cover it. You don't want to overdo it because these brownie bites will rise up a bit. So just a little bit will do you. Some chopped pecans, and then a little dusting of fleur de sel sea salt. I really love the Maldon sea salt because I find that it's salty without being too salty. It's also really light and flaky and makes a really nice, pretty finish. There's something so delicious about the combination of chocolate, caramel, salt, and nut. It is a taste that can't be beat. Then the next version we're going to create is our peanut butter swirl brownie bite. And this one is also really simple to do. You're just gonna take a little bit of peanut butter, put a dollop in the center, and then take something like a skewer or a toothpick and just give it a swirl. You don't want to swirl it too much because if you end up mixing the chocolate with the peanut butter, you'll get a sort of mixed effect. And really what you want is a swirled effect. And the way that you do that is not by overmixing. And then our third and final brownie bite is just a double chocolate chunk. And this one is also really good. And it looks really pretty once it's baked. It kind of looks sort of eerie and spooky, which is why I love it for Halloween. So you're just going to chop up some more bittersweet chocolate, place it on top, and that's all you have to do for that one. Then we're going to take this whole tin, put it in the oven at 350 degrees just for about 7 to 9 minutes. You don't want to over bake them or they'll lose their chewiness. So really 7 to 9 minutes will do the trick. Then when they're done, you really want to make sure that they're nice and cool before you try to release them from the tin. So remember, we put that caramel in the center of them. If you try to remove that, they tend to kind of fall apart. So really allow them to cool well for about 15 minutes before you try to release them. Then the way that I like to serve these is all together. There's something that looks so fun and rustic by putting them out on a cutting board. Sort of reminds me of fall and Halloween. You'll see, your guests will be so impressed that you made these yourself. Your friends will really love tasting all the different brownie bites. And because it's only a bite, no one has to worry about eating too many brownies, right? What's a little bite? What can that do? So you tell me, try them all and let me know what you like best. All right, you guys, if I don't see you before then, have a very happy and safe Halloween, and I will see you next time with another delicious recipe. Until then, bye.